Hello, and welcome to Lata Oasis, a 10-acre smallholding in the east of England.
And will eventually be left to a local wildlife trust, providing a home for nature and wildlife in perpetuity. This video covers a self-drive safari in the Kruger National Park, but with a few tips thrown in to help first-time international visitors to the Kruger. We stay at Skakusa, Lataba and Satara rest camps. There will be 3 videos. They will cover our time at each rest camp and our daily excursions in the area of each one. We cover tips in all 3 of these videos. Anywho, let's get to it. 3, 2, 1, go! Bye-bye for now, Willow. Hello, Heathrow. 5,639 miles and 11-hour flight later. Good to see you again, Johannesburg. You too, Intercontinental. Great evening meal, hearty breakfast. A few metres to OR Tambo. A few more to internal flights. Board Air Link flight, under an hour to Skakusa Airport in the Kruger, pick up SUV, and pop goes the weasel. We're on safari. Here is the first tip for international visitors visiting the Kruger National Park for the first time. Nothing is written in stone and life's preferences are subjective, but here we cover some of the questions we had before we went first time round. Have we made mistakes? Yes, we have, and I guess you'll enjoy making your own. We used to drive from Johannesburg to Kruger National Park, but nowadays we take an internal flight from Johannesburg to Skakusa in the Kruger after staying for a night in a hotel at the airport. You can pick up your hire car at Skakusa Airport. More expensive, yes, but paves the way for a more relaxing, less tiring start to a self-drive safari in the Kruger. Whether you drive or fly to Kruger, whether same day as your international flight arrives or check into a hotel at the airport and fly or drive next day, it is up to you. We just don't do rushing about anymore, and we enjoy the Intercontinental at OR Tambo, and we have always had good experiences with Air Link. If you drive, depending upon route chosen, the scenery is beautiful. The N4 route has tolls, but these are relatively cheap. You will be picking up a car at some point, and we recommend you take pictures or video of the car internally and externally. Take a picture of the fuel gauge reading too. This will avoid any misunderstandings when you take the car back. You will have to fill in and sign an indemnity form. To save time, you can download a copy from South African National Park's website, samparks.org. Complete in the comfort of your own home. This will save you time when you arrive at one of the park's entry gates or Skakusa Airport, whichever you choose. While you are on the website, look into purchasing a wildcard. If spending more than 6 days in the Kruger, it will deliver significant savings on conservation levy charges, depending on the length of your visit. We drive out of Skakusa Airport, a small but clean, friendly and very well run airport in the bush. We decided on a leisurely drive to Skakusa Rest Camp. When to visit? Well, when to visit, like many things, is subjective. Their winter, our summer, is favoured by most as it is dry and vegetation low, therefore easier to spot animals. For us, we prefer our early spring and Kruger's end of summer. Yes, harder to spot animals, but usually very pretty, or as Sharon puts it, very picturesque. At Skakusa, we head for the main office, check-in and directions to our accommodation, a perimeter bungalow. A bull elephant greets at us, grazing close to the electrified perimeter fence. Travel light. We use small, medium duffels on wheels. 1 each, and these are carry-on size, so no checking in. Straight to security and out the other side, quite quickly, giving more time to relax, enjoy refreshments and airport shopping. Same on the return journey. No more snaking queues for us, it is a godsend. You don't need much clothing in the Kruger. We buy some washing powder at one of the rest camp shops and wash as we go. If you wash and rinse in the evening, it is usually dry or nearly dry by morning. You do not need as much clothing as you may think, and travelling light makes for a less stressful time of it. Gone for us are the days of hauling around suitcases and standing in long queues. Apple juice, or 2, listening and toasting the night sounds. Day breaks, toast with marula marmalade and a cuppa. We head out just before 6 a.m. The camp gates opened at 5:30 a.m. We decided to take a number of sand routes between the H4-1, H4-2 and H1-1 tar routes, ending on H3 tar road back to camp. Maybe a late breakfast at Bergendal Rest Camp. We eventually arrive back lunchtime-ish, get supplies and catch up with a fruit bat at the shop. Back out late afternoon for a short drive. Don't forget to take the obvious insect repellent and sunscreen. We use Factor 50. I have been a little relaxed with insect repellent in the past, but I got caught out recently. A lesson learned the hard way, having looked like I had an attack of measles for a few days. I would not mess about with should I, shouldn't I when it comes to malaria protection. There are plenty of choices. It is up to you what you do, but for us, protection is a no-brainer. There is a doctor's at Skakusa Rest Camp, should you need one for any reason. Back at camp, we opted for an evening meal at the Cattle Barn and finished the day with toasting the night sounds once more. Good morning. Toast and a cuppa, then out of the gate. Heading northeast to the H12 and picking up the S30 sand road, taking us southwards, eventually crossing over onto the S29 and stopping at Londozi picnic site and viewpoint. Then Lower Sabi, and then various sand roads back to Skakusa. Late afternoon drive will be the Tar Loop near Skakusa. Taking a small torch or headlight is common sense. If walking around camp in the dark or heading back from the restaurant, don't just aim the torch directly in front of you. Don't annoy fellow safarians, but aim a little way ahead looking for eye flashes. Hopefully, if you do get one, it won't be a lion. But we have had hyenas and warthogs before, although uncommon. Rest camps, shops stock batteries. We would recommend taking a small battery-powered lamp or lantern, as power outages, more commonly known as load shedding, occur, and whilst most camps have backup generators, it is just sensible to be prepared. We purchased ours at one of the rest camp shops a few years ago, and it still works well today. Don't forget a cloth and lens wipes. It can get very dusty, so for consistently clear photographs and videos, keep cleaning camera and mobile phones lenses, likewise car windscreen and side windows. There's nothing worse than looking forward to reviewing what you think are going to be some cracking leopard pictures, only to be confronted with disappointing, blurry, smoky or out of focus pictures due to dust throwing a spanner in the works. Nighty night. A good night's kip and light breakfast, we are heading eastwards. The TAR H1-1 to Pretoriuscop, then the H2-2 Old Traders route to Afsel picnic spot. From there it will be the H3 northwards back to camp. Late afternoon we will head to Paul Kruger Gate and back. This is probably the biggest hyena clan we have ever seen. Very impressive. The story of Jock of the Bushveld is a legendary South African tale of courage, loyalty and companionship set during the 1880s gold rush. It chronicles the adventures of author Sir Percy Fitzpatrick and his dog Jock, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier cross, through the untamed wilderness of the Transvaal and the area that is now known as the Kruger National Park. Jock was born in the 1880s as the scrawny, overlooked runt of a litter. His mother had an aggressive, antisocial reputation, but Fitzpatrick saw something special in the small, unusually coloured pup and decided to take him in. Fitzpatrick raised and trained Jock, forging a lifelong, unbreakable bond. Fitzpatrick worked as a transport rider, hauling goods by ox wagon between goldfields and towns. Because the environment was teeming with predators and harsh conditions, Jock quickly had to learn to be a competent and reliable partner. He became an incredible hunting dog, famous for his stealth, fearlessness and ability to hold his ground. Jock was renowned for several legendary feats, including surviving encounters with deadly snakes, scorpions and other predators. A famous, terrifying battle against a large man-eating crocodile at a drift on the Crocodile River, displaying unwavering loyalty to his master through difficult terrain and dangerous lion territory. Fitzpatrick later became an established author and businessman. He used to tell these bedtime stories to his 4 children. A close family friend and famed author, Rudyard Kipling, often listened and convinced Fitzpatrick to compile the tales into a book. It was published in 1907 and called Jock of the Bushveld. It became an enduring literary classic. Today there are several waymarker monuments within the Kruger National Park commemorating specific stops and harrowing events from their historic routes. We highly recommend Stanley travel mugs. We take one 47mm vessel each. They keep your drinking water cool if filled from a bottle kept in the fridge. They keep hot drinks hot. You can take the lid off and it will keep your white wine and beer cool for longer too in the evening. There are other brands available, but we have fell in love with Stanley. They get it so right. We scanned for clip springers, but with no luck. Back at our accommodation, and elephants keep us company before a short late afternoon drive and spotting lions doing their thing. On the deck at Cattle Baron, pick up a signal and Sharon gets some long-awaited news. Great news indeed. Our final evening at Skakusa. Tomorrow morning we will be heading for Letaba Rest Camp. We are in no rush, but we'll stick to tar routes, first heading to Lower Sabi, then the H10, followed by the H1-3 to Satara, H1-4 and H1-5 to Letaba, a distance of about 210 kilometres. Lions and a leopard early on. We stopped at Nkumba lookout site with its fantastic views. Cash or credit cards? We use a combination of both, but mostly credit cards. Don't forget to only use credit cards that do not charge for overseas transactions. Credit card use in the Kruger is widespread and not usually a problem. Having said this, we have experienced issues sometimes with signal loss or power loss, so we make sure we take sufficient cash to fill up with fuel a couple of times just to be on the safe side. South African Rand has denominations of 200, 100, 50, 20 and 10. Avoid 200s for the most part. Take enough for tips too. We will talk about tipping in part 2 of these 3 videos. This lioness was at the top end of the H10 just before the S32. If the sightings are not easy to see, we tend not to hang around and keep on the move for easier viewings. On to the H1-3 now. We could see where this herd was heading, so we got ahead of them just in time. Get to know camera functions in advance. Don't get caught out, because once there you will want to concentrate on taking the best and timely picture or video and not have to worry about looking up how to best focus on something a little distance with your mobile phone, only to find the wild dog has left the scene. Should you take pictures or videos? There's no right answer from us here. Whatever you prefer is the right answer. We do both, but mostly videos nowadays. A good mobile phone takes cracking pictures and videos without the need for a heavy and bulky camera equipment. We're not saying don't take your SLRs if you want to get better close-ups. We used to take cameras ourselves with 100 to 400 zoom lenses, but as you have heard, we travel light now, so mobile's only for us. This is subjective, we know. However, we feel short videos capture the experience more vividly, and we play these back in the loop on a digital frame at home along with any pictures we may have taken. You can alight and your own risk on some bridges, and this offers a break from being in the vehicle as well as experiencing sights, sounds and smells more closely. You can literally breathe in the well-being it delivers. Don't forget to stay between the demarcation lines for safety. There are many reference apps available. You choose. We enjoy using Kruger Explorer app, as well as additional butterfly and bird apps. The Kruger Explorer app is a good all-round egg and covers many subjects in one app, like bird, mammal and reptile ID, maps, routes and accommodation too. There are booklets covering similar information available in the rest camp shops if your preference is something a little more substantial to hold and flick through. We use both. We have mentioned this next booklet before. It is called Understanding Elephants. We would recommend reading this small booklet if you have not come across an elephant before now, because we guarantee you will in the Kruger, make no mistake. Understanding these magnificent beasts will help deliver wonderful experiences you will take with you your whole life. Other books and booklets are also available. In the next video, we'll be covering our time in and around Ottawa, as well as talking about research, out before light or not, speed limits and dash cams, going through pictures and being brutal, backup daily, rest camps, Kruger game drives, tar or sand, Chuck Wiley tips, how many camps, rest camps or bush camps, perimeter accommodation, tips, problematic animals in rest camps, eating, and should you turn your engine off.
Thanks for watching.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.